Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Unboxing with B.
I'm A-Rod without a paycheck.
No paycheck.
No
Anyways,
paycheck at all. I'm broke.
this past weekend was Matthysse and Linares.
Too.
Linares versus Hesta, right? Mercito
Yes.
Hesta. What'd you think about it?
It was a good fight. He put it up. They were both throwing punches. I thought Lenatus was kind of weird for a little bit walking away, but his speed.
Let me get your
and
opinion then, because last week you had said you thought
was gonna be a
Mercito was going to
knockout.
be a chump. You said Mercito was going to be a chump.
Yeah.
Do you think he was a chump in this fight? Or you
Nah.
think he matched up?
He matched up with him. He did. He gave him.
I gotta
He gave
say
him a
too,
fight.
I thought that fight was way better than I expected. I thought it was gonna be Linares just walking over Mercito Hesta, but I think Hesta showed up and he wanted it. It was kind of one of those where it's like the title's on the line, you can actually take it and you can change your
Change your
name,
destiny.
you know? So he went out there and I thought he did really good.
He did.
And it kept the whole fight pretty interesting.
Well, it was good a fight. They were both going at it.
But I will say this, with Linares, I don't think he was on the same caliber as, let's say, Lomachenko or Mikey Garcia, who he's been calling out. I don't think he's ready for them.
Well, he's ready because he's been up there, but the problem
But
is
if
he's
you-
not as good enough for them.
Okay, I'll say it.
You know,
That too.
he's good because he's a champion for a reason, and he's
Yeah.
fought and he's beat a lot of people, but he's not a caliber. He's not the caliber to fight these guys.
Yeah.
These guys are extraordinary.
Well, I
You know?
think, like, from his performance, just basing it off of how he just fought,
Look,
within the rounds,
yeah, there's two different kinds of fighters.
Yeah, but let's talk about that one. Within the rounds, having him, his speed, okay, he's known for his speed.
Yeah.
He didn't use his speed the whole time. He would think, let's see when I want to use it. Let me do it in spurts throughout the whole fight. Like
He
10
wasn't all
seconds
there, I
here,
think, maybe.
fight more.
You know?
10 seconds here, fight more.
Maybe
you know?
he took him too lightly.
Maybe he did.
You know?
And then another thing that you can't do against, which I'm sure he wouldn't do it against other fighters like Lomachenko or Mikey Garcia, but it's like towards the ends of the rounds, or even if he would get in a exchange, if he would walk out of it, your Mercito Hesta, he would like look off and walk up and then
because
turn
he
back.
knew that the other guy didn't have a speed to get him. That's why.
Because if you think about it, as soon as you go this way, Lomachenko's already like,
he is right in front of him. Yes.
and Mikey Garcia is not going to let you just walk off either. He's
But
going
you
to try
see,
to
you're
come and
talking
get
about
you.
two extraordinary fights. Okay, here's a
The
good
only
example.
reason I bring them up, though,
No,
is
but here's a good
because
example.
they are the talk with that name.
Yes, but here's a good example. Canelo, all these other fighters, Ricky Hatton when he was in his prime, all these other fighters you could tell they're all-stars. They're big fighters, good.
Mhm.
But when they fought Mayweather, what happened?
They lost.
They lost. They even made themselves look like they were
And
not
they
even
fought
there.
Pacquiao later and lost too.
Excuse me, Marquez. When him and Pacquiao always fought, it looks extraordinary. When Marquez fought Mayweather, he could never hit him. He was gone by the time he reacted. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's what the comparison I'm trying to say.
And I'm
Linares
not
is a good
disagreeing
fighter.
with you. I'm just saying
But these
that's
other
the
guys
name.
are top fight are right now on top of the game. That I think no one's going to beat Lomachenko for maybe a year or so, or there's going to give him a fight for a year or so. At that weight class that he's in, nobody will beat him.
Well, yeah, and I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying these are the names that have to be addressed because everybody talks about him, and the fighters themselves are calling out Linares. Linares called out Lomachenko. Linares and Mike Garcia have always been the talk. But then to actually see,
Well, hopefully they'll give him a fight.
even after the fight, Mikey Garcia tweeting out to him and like Lomachenko tweeting out to him, it's like now they're like, all right, you won that one. Now what's going to happen? Are you going to fight them?
Well, hopefully they do. Hopefully, you know what? I like Linares because he's challenging them.
Yeah.
Not like Davis, that's on top of the world right now, under the money team. He's avoiding them. Because why? Because he knows he'll get beat. This guy at least says, come on, let's do it.
Well, I think the first fight, if it's going to be between one of those two, it should be Mikey Garcia.
Yeah.
Because Mikey Garcia is like, top caliber, but at the same time, he's not as fast as Lomachenko. At least I think.
The next fight that I thought was going to be good, turns out it wasn't. To me, it looked fixed. Me personally, that was a
This
delayed
was just mad
punch.
because I called it and he did not call it. I already said I'm taking Matthysse.
Knockout.
Dang, this one's hard. Okay, I'll go with knockout. I'm gonna say a knockout in the 8th round.
This fool, compared to everybody else on ESPN, that guy I don't like on HBO, Max Kellerman, everybody called it. What was so wrong? He even said it right to Mathisse's face, and Matthysse goes, "Oh, he was just scared of me. That's why maybe he fell."
With that fight, I will say it was pretty not I don't wanna say it was completely boring
Okay,
because if you watch
when's the
boxing,
last
you
time
like it.
since you said it's a knockout? When's the last time you saw Matthysse knock somebody out with a jab?
Well, I can't recall it right now.
Never with a jab.
Well, not with the jab, but
This is what he knocked this guy out with, a jab.
okay, well, I wasn't even going against it. Why are you calling me out on that one? I'm
No,
not a
because you're
judge.
trying
I'm
to
not
say.
telling you that that fight won like that because of
No,
whatever reason.
I
Let
thought it
me
was
finish
too
what
much.
I was gonna say about that fight. With that fight, Matthysse versus Kiram, I think it was a lot slower. Linares versus Hessa pretty much set it up to where you're like, all right, Matthysse is gonna come out. Matthysse has lost. He's knocked people out. Let's get this fight started. The other guy's undefeated. But then they go out there and it seems like the first 2, 3 rounds they're just, feeling each other out. But it seemed like that for the whole fight.
It was boring.
But then after, if you watch more, it's like Kiram's just running around trying to like get something going, and then Matthysse looks frustrated, and he's just throwing power shots like out of
Nowhere.
in the air. Like he'd throw it and not fast enough, so you would see that it has power behind it. Like he's trying to really throw it but not land it.
In the controversy.
Of Kiram actually smelling something in his corner. It doesn't
Correct.
matter what it is. You're not supposed to have anything.
No, nothing at all.
So whether it was what was it, Tiger Bomb?
So supposedly, we don't know.
If it was that, I mean, he did look a little bit more alert when he came back in, like directly of like, I got a second wind. But I can't say that that was like part of why he fell or anything like that. Bottom line is, it ended in knockout in the 8th round. I called it. Whatever happened,
It happened.
happened. It's over. Matthysse now, he has the title, so he's a champion again. Seemed super happy about that. Who's he gonna fight now? Oh, actually, he wants the Danny Garcia rematch.
Oh, well, that'll be good, but I don't know.
Do you think
about that.
Danny Garcia would take that rematch?
Right now, yes. If he fought the same way he fought that night, yes, he would.
Yeah, I think so too. Anyways, next up, what do you think about Mayweather coming back in action, but MMA?
2018, Floyd Money Mayweather, MMA. What are the odds, Patty? What are the odds?
Nah, I don't like it at all.
Because we said before, there was that whole thing, it spurred up maybe the last few months, and then Mayweather shut it down, was like, I'm not going into UFC.
I thought maybe he's just bored and trying to see what they're going to react. So he jumped in
That's
there.
what I was thinking, because I'm thinking like,
Someone paid him. He goes, I dare you, I'll give you like $6,000. I dare you to go into that ring and act.
but I also think too, it's just Mayweather has the money. He doesn't need to go in there for financial reasons. What's next? Is it just that he's not used to not being in the limelight anymore?
Well, no, you know what? No matter what, he was the greatest. But to me, he's 40 years old now. Even in that sport, he's an old man. He could come back in boxing and still do great because he was always, a boxer, not a puncher. But yeah, he's knocked people out. I respect him for all that because he was a great fighter. But stick to boxing.
Yeah, there's no point in going into
No,
MMA.
unless he wants to have Dana
Because
White
there's
make some
no
money.
like, well, yeah, because he wouldn't really be benefiting from it.
So it'll help him. Maybe it's an eye for an eye.
Lomachenko's even been saying, Linares, if you're not going to fight me next, I'll wait for you and I'll go into MMA.
That'd be funny.
It would be funny, but then you actually look back and like Lomachenko's saying that he has like history in MMA.
Yeah, he has history, but nothing like with the pros. So
But do you think that if he stepped in the ring and someone actually tried to stand with him,
they wouldn't do nothing.
they'd probably get frustrated,
And
drop
just take him
and
down,
it's
and
over.
yeah, just like that Randy Couture when he fought James Toney. That was his name, James Toney.
Yeah, and that's
He
what he
grabbed
even
him.
said at the end. He's like, they call him lights out for a reason. I'm not
There's
going
no
to
way.
stand
I'm not
and
stupid enough to
fight.
stand in front of him. Yeah.
But Canelo versus Triple G, what do you
The
think of that?
rematch.
It's up. It's ready.
Hopefully Triple
May
G
5th.
knocks him out, but I have a gut feeling that they'll give it to Canelo this time if it goes to decision.
I kind of have that feeling too.
I hope and pray that it doesn't happen like a robbery. If it does, if he earns it and he wins by boxing him and doing stuff for stuff, yeah, he earns it, give it to him.
I think I have to say, though, Gennady has to do his homework too. It's not one-sided. Gennady has to go in there because there's the same thing. If you go back and watch the other fight, I mean, they put on a great performance, but at the same time, Canelo does the same move. He watches it and he knows Gennady's going to throw the same combination. So he just backs up, goes against the ropes, and goes around it. Every single time. Why couldn't Triple G throw that power and like throw an overhand, mix it up,
Yeah.
land it? So it's kind of like it's both fighters that need to do their homework. come back in with a different game plan, of course your game
I
plan
say
changes.
get real judges. This is boxing, different belts, different associations, different things. Get a boxer from, a judge from Canada, a judge from Europe, and a judge from the United States. Because that Bird lady screwed up the whole thing. That should have been
Some
gone.
people actually agree with her card.
Yeah, okay. That's why she panicked and started crying. Yeah, all right. Right.
No, really. Some people were like, you know what? I have to agree with it. I think this and this
She's
will
full
work.
of shit. She old. She should be gone. That's so corrupt. That ruined that guy's, perfect record. I mean, it's still, undefeated, but still he has a draw. Only because Canelo lost and they wanted to give it to Canelo. Come on. They couldn't rob him plain late, so they had to
I
say a
think
draw.
the age difference, do you think the age difference is going to
It's catching up.
impact?
It's catching up.
I
to
can
the-
see it really catching
catching
up to
up.
Triple G because I think he's still dominant, but at the same time, Canelo is young and he's taking advantage of his youth
Yeah.
and he's actually strengthening himself. He's not trying to like stay in a smaller division and
Yeah.
maintain himself there. He's working up and like we said before, he's really working his neck muscles.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
like really important because if you watch the other fights before, his neck is not that big.
No, yeah.
And then now it's like he's doing
massive.
his homework.
Yes.
He's preparing himself, which props.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to go in there against a top competitor with power, get hit and expect to like be able to take it without doing your homework before.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
But
think that fight it's going to sell out.
yeah, of course.
It's
Everybody
going to
wants to
sell
watch
out.
it.
Everyone's going to watch it. We're going to watch it.
Of course.
Maybe not live this time,
No.
but it's still going to be good. It's still going to be good. We'll see what's going to come out.
Hopefully it is. Hopefully it's a knockout. Either one.
Well, both of them said in their new little
Yeah.
commercial, they said that it's going to end in a knockout. They're not going to need the judges.
So if it is a knockout, I bet you there'll be another fight for the man.
A third one.
Yeah, correct.
Trilogy.
It'll be not a trilogy. It'll be 4 because the draw didn't count.
Yeah, but it's still going to be
So
3 fights.
let's say Canelo gets knocked out. He'll
Mhm.
have the rematch, and then let's say he knocks out. So they're gonna have a 4th one to see
But
who
let's
takes
say
the title.
Gennady wins. Will there still be that rematch?
No, Gennady will be gone.
I mean, Canelo.
Canelo wins.
If
Yeah,
Canelo wins.
there's gonna be a rematch this time because there has to be clauses on that piece of paper now.
Well,
Because
either one. There should be another
he's
one.
not the A-star fighter in this thing no more. They need Golovkin. That's why they waited a long time. Golovkin wanted a picture-perfect draw.
Well, we'll see how much Errol Spence adds his 2 cents. Remember, he said after that fight he wants one of them.
Hope
Well,
fights-
he wants Canelo, right?
Yeah,
he
but I
wants
think
Canelo.
I really think Golovkin's ready for retirement. I think he
I
just
think
wants.
so too.
This was his last fight. I think
I
this
think
was
he
his last
gave
opponent.
us his best already. We've
he did.
seen him.
He has all the belts. He just
beat
wanted.
Mike Tyson's consecutive record of knockouts. Like
He just wants
he got his U.S. exposure.
Yeah, he just wants, like he
He
said,
got his paycheck.
he wants out now. I
Assuming.
think. His last opponent had always been calling out. He's finally fighting Canelo.
Yeah.
So
Because if he stays in there longer, it's going to be like one of those where all the top competitors, or not even top competitors, just that have their name out there, calling him out because they want to be able to say they beat Triple G.
correct.
It's going to be like Eric Morales versus Danny Garcia.
Yeah.
Knocking him out thinking, oh my gosh, he might have that chance of a legend, an old legend that has not been training to go back in there and knock him out.
And he
Like,
gave his best already. He doesn't have it no more.
yeah. So I think that's that's not that Triple G can't do it because I'm sure he can still beat half the people out there right now.
Yeah.
But I think his better result really
Look at the
is
other kids
to-
now. The Charlos, the Spence,
out.
all those guys coming in now. All the new heads, all this new faces, new breed. Let them go at it now.
So he was next from Kazakhstan.
Yeah, there has to be. There's another one coming up.
And another Provodnikov, because I kind of miss seeing Provodnikov out there.
Provodnikov had too many wars. That's why.
Yeah. I
But-
mean, he was heavy duty, though.
Yeah, it was
He was
great.
heavy duty. Upcoming, though, we don't have to talk about all of the upcoming fights. Let's just talk about one. February 17th, it's going to be Devin Alexander versus Victor Ortiz.
Wow.
I know, it's kind of one of those where their names are already big, so you'll watch, but at the same time, I think it's free, too. I think it's on Premier Boxing.
That's fine then. Let's
But
go.
it's more of one of those that it's Victor Ortiz who is known for quitting, really. I mean,
Yeah.
not even talking crap about him. It's just, it's in the books. It's in the boxing history books. Against Chino Maidana.
Yeah.
That was a good
That
one.
was a good fight.
Like,
They were both going at it pretty
man,
good.
Victor could have
They
won
were dropping
that.
each other, I think, weren't they? Or
I
he
think
just,
Victor had dropped Chino first, and then after he came back.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
Chino versus Victor Ortiz was good. He dropped him first, and then after that, Victor Ortiz came back.
And stunned him, I think.
And that's where it was like, no. I mean, Victor Ortiz was in charge of, I mean, in favor of the fight. He was winning at
Yeah.
first. And then Chino came back and did more. And so that's where it was like, oh shoot. But then at the end is where he talks and he's like, I just I don't think I deserve to come in here and be hit like this.
I'm young, but I don't think I deserve to be, getting beat up like this. So I have a lot of thinking to do.
Like,
You're a fighter, fool. You took it
dude,
for a reason.
have some heart. And I even saw an interview that Mikey Garcia actually talked about him before, and he said, I told my dad and I told my brother before that I didn't think this kid had heart to do it. And then sure enough, later in his career, that he didn't do it right away. He was doing well. And later on in his career, now he's like known for quitting. So like,
He was going to be the Nuke's Golden Boy, the Golden Boy premier, the Golden Boy baby. He was like the first Canelo. Victor Ortiz. De La Hoya found him. He's going to take over. He's going to do this, do that.
and then against, you even think about Josecito Lopez when it was like a long shot. We're like, oh, Victor's going to take it. And he totally was beating him. And then out of nowhere, he gets hit.
He
and
gets
he's
his
like,
jaw
oh.
broken.
And then it's just so annoying because it's like, afterward, there was even fighters saying, dude, like, your jaw broken? Come on, you can continue through that.
Some that could take the
Some
pain,
of them,
some don't.
yeah. Which is, it's understandable, I guess. But at the same time, when you think about it, the ref even was like, so what do you think about, like, you want to continue? And he's like,
no.
my jaw's broken. He's like, do you want to continue? Like, your jaw's broken is not the excuse. It's a yes or no.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
he
when he
quit.
was like, yeah, he quit.
He's quit all the time, so.
What
we'll
was
see.
another one? A recent one. I mean, after that, it was, I was just thinking about it right
I'm
now.
thinking about the Mayweather one when he
Yeah,
quit.
that's what I was thinking about. With that one too, he was actually doing more than anyone expected.
Yeah.
No
And
one
then-
expected him to have a chance against Mayweather. And then for him to actually be doing more where you're like, oh shoot, you know what?
He
This guy
got
could actually
knocked
do
out.
something. No, then he ruins it by doing headbutting him. And then he even says, they ask him, like, what do you think about that? They showed him the replay and he goes, I know it looks intentional, but it wasn't.
Yeah, right.
Dude,
He's a
don't
dirty fighter. He's
lie.
done it before.
He
some
literally
other
was
times.
smothering him and you're like, oh, he has him in the ropes. And then all of a sudden, instead of continuing to smother him,
Because he couldn't
goes
hit
down
him.
and
Mayweather
hits.
was
Like,
even
are
in the
you
ropes.
kidding
He was
me?
getting out of the way, so he used his head to hit him.
So
So-
annoying.
Yeah. With that fight going on, for what's say, I'm going to go Alexander. Because I don't like Victor Ortiz. That's me, because I don't like. He might win. You never know. But me, I'm
Devin
taking Alexander.
they're both not undefeated, but Devin Alexander he's never been knocked out.
Well, hopefully he knocks him out.
Victor Ortiz has 6 losses and 5 of them are by knockout.
So hopefully,
Whether he was out cold or not, or he quit, whatever, it's 5 knockouts.
I'm going Devin Alexander. Period.
I think I'll just take that one because I never know. I mean, the skill set, Victor has the skill set. It's
Who's
the
training
heart
him
that he
anyways?
needs. I don't know.
Yeah, that's another one. I don't know.
I don't know if he's training with
Maybe nobody wants to train him. so
Robert.
we'll see. I doubt. No, Robert will not train Victor Ortiz.
Well, we'll just see what's next. We'll see what's next. That's all
Here
we
we
have
go.
for this week.
And
Tune in, like, subscribe, comment, and we'll get back to you.
let us know. Late.